I think it's time. Sterling and Preston, Jimmy, the morning loop. It starts right now.
Good morning, nation. Keith, John, Marty, welcome back.
Keith, we have been thinking we want a dog here at MCN.
If the community votes yes, we are getting a puppy, man.
Big show today, everyone. Yeah.
We are grateful to have all of you here. Let's get this show going.
Puppy, Marty. We're getting a puppy. Apparently, Sterling and Preston says we're getting a puppy.
An AI puppy?
Apparently, Sterling and Preston are voting for a puppy. So we're getting a puppy. Yep. It looks like Maddie says a puppy. Brandon says a puppy.
Is he a Frenchie?
Hey, you guys can join. Just a quick reminder, guys. Like it, subscribe it, drop a comment. Don't forget this is an R-rated experience.
Nobody says subscribe it.
Subscribe it. And hey, you guys can join the live conversation, except for Lady Drew. Where's Lady Drew this morning? Lady Drew, where are you? I was teasing with you yesterday. I told her yesterday on the show, Marty, that she couldn't call in. And then I got a text yesterday saying, did you ban me? I'm like, no, I was having some fun with you. Come on, man. Nobody's banning. You're not Good Time, who we banned on day one, but Good Time's obviously back. But no. Lady Drew, we love you here in the lab. Come on, hang out with us. Hey, Marty, I want to get to it, man. I got to tell you something funny. So I was chatting with you and Anderson offline about Sora, right? Yesterday? Mm-hmm. I get a text from Anderson as I go to bed last night. He's not here yet, so I'll tell you quickly. It says, what is this again? I'm like, it's that Sora 2 app, John. And then his response, fuck. Fuck
That's
this
it?
shit. No. Fuck this shit is becoming overwhelming for me. Thank God I have people to help me with it. LOL. John Anderson.
Yeah, John has a pretty good team, man. He's doing a good job keeping up as best as he can.
You know, I got to tell you, man. Good morning, good time. I see you out there. Hey, guys, just a quick little heads up. If you guys want some invites to Sora, I have them. Most importantly, if you want to use my head, you can. So I invite you to use my head in any cameo you like. Marty, I'm going to tell you right now, man, the world in the next number of months is going to go through a rapid change, and those that lean into it are going to win. And here's what I'm talking about. Live conversation in the last 24 hours has never been more important. Same with your personal likeness. Because yesterday it dawned on me that I could give my head to the world and my personal brand can grow just through my head. If you look at Sora, it's about likeness. And you can use my head in any video you want. So you, Tom Ritchie, Rick Clody, Matt Roof, Bernard, Petrocelli, everybody use Keith's head. Because if you're using my head, you're promoting the show inadvertently. Make fun content. And I got to tell you, man, the app is pretty fucking fun. I hate to say it, but it's actually pretty fun. Have you used it yet?
Nah, I'm going to use it this weekend probably.
Dude, and it's funny because OpenAI is being chastised for because, you know, they're out to solve the world's biggest problems like solving cancer, yet they're launching this ridiculous app that is AI slop. But it's fucking funny. It's fun. And what's fun about it is that you have a ridiculous idea in your head just through your power of words and your likeness or my likeness, you can bring crazy shit to life. Right? Like I was handing out dumb shit awards. You know how people do dumb shit in the world? Well, I created some dumb shit awards last night with old Uncle Keith. So, and Petrocelli's out there.
All right, time to dance like a puppet. Strings up, wobble, wobble. Ha! Left foot, right foot, watch the wrists. Yeah, that's the move. Done.
Yesterday, that was just me and Sora doing my, yes, I know, Marty, white boy dancing. You don't got to say it. I'll say it. What's up, Anderson?
What's up, brother? How are you?
I was quoting you this morning as the last note I got from you when I went to bed when I woke up this morning. You were texting me as I was literally crawling into bed, and I was like, "Okay, well, I'm not gonna respond." I got up this morning and I saw your note, and I had a laugh with Marty. And the note,
I'm on that level. I was like, I can't leave him fucking unread all goddamn day. When you said, I was like, that's just not. We're too close to let that happen. So I got to say something.
I appreciate you, brother. Bernard leaning in. AI Keith seems taller. Bernard, fuck off. Yes, AI Keith is a little bit taller. Johnny, I've been having some ridiculous fun with this Sora thing yesterday. We were talking about here on the show this morning. So
what were you quoting?
Oh, I quoted your response to me when I woke up this morning. It's funny because I woke up for a piss just before I got up, and I saw your note, and I laughed, I giggled. Fuck, this shit is becoming overwhelming for me. Thank God I have people to help me with it. LOL. Period. Quote,
God
John
damn,
Anderson.
dude. I swear to God, dude. It was like, fuck, which he sends me that Marty because he sends me another text with another link. I'm fuck, which one is this? You know? And it's like, even when I open this thing, I'm gonna be looking at directions in fucking Chinese, even though it's English. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Mike Sullivan, you're right. Yes, I did put down. No, I put down dance like a little puppet. Actually, we got to call it Mike Sullivan. Mike Sullivan, who's here every single day, has been hanging out with us for a long time. I appreciate you, Sully. Sully corrected us yesterday, man. And I know like you, and I know like Marty, we have no problem being corrected. I have no desire to be right. I just have the desire to give the right results. So, Johnny, Sully corrected us yesterday because you and I were talking about the amygdala, and we were talking about stimulating the brain, running towards fear and all that kind of stuff, and we used the wrong term.
What was it?
Yeah, we used he thought it best to inform you. It's actually the aMCC that gets stronger doing discipline stuff. He was quoting the interior mid-cingulate cortex, which acts like a mental gym for building willpower. Dr. Huberman talks about this too, right? So we had a little bit twisted up. So Sully, thanks for correcting us, brother. Thanks for listening.
I think when we were talking,
man.
I think what we even said was, I think this is correct. I think we were like not really putting our stamp on it. I know, fuck yesterday, man. It's crazy. I realized that the last couple of days I've been a little foggy. It's because of some of my fucking sleep regime. Holy shit.
Dude, yesterday the show ended. I do my post-production meeting with Jimmy. And I said, Jimmy, you know when Anderson's feeling a little bit slow, because you can tell, and the show has a little different tone when Anderson's bringing a little bit of a different vibe. So I'm like, all right, that's how my teammate's going to be today. That's fine, because I noticed you were a little bit foggy, maybe, just a little bit foggy.
Yeah, well, I was having a hard time figuring out what it was. And you're trying to, it was basically it was part of my sleep regimen. It was actually a cannabis thing.
Oh, a cannabis thing?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I don't, keep in mind, everybody's different. So I'm not demonizing.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. But, when I use it, like sometimes I'll switch up what I use to go to sleep.
Okay.
For the most part, I just use melatonin, zinc, and magnesium.
Yes.
But every once in a while, I'll switch it up. I'll pull some of that out, and I'll put in like I don't know what it's some fucking variation of cannabis for sleep.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
And I wake up. I know I feel like I sleep harder, but I think it's not that I sleep harder. I just wake up harder.
Oh yeah. Yes. So
I never really, and it's like, fuck it. It takes like 2 fucking hours. And I'm like, okay, I'm back. Why the fuck is it taking me 2 hours to get it in gear?
I can relate to that. Obviously, I'm a consistent consumer of cannabis. I would say to that, there are days that if I've noticed I've had a little bit too much or have consumed it differently, I can say that I would have maybe, it takes me a little longer to get the engine warmed up. It's like warming the engine up. It's exactly the analogy I use. Warming the engine up. That's all it is.
I just find myself, you know what it is? And it really frustrates me personally. I find myself like in my morning, I'm normally just kind of just doing my thing. Boom, boom, boom. I find myself fucking wandering.
Oh yeah. I get you. Just a guest. I'm with you. Just a weed. Smoke weed every day. So boys, CBD is great for sleeping, but if you take too much, you wake up groggy or foggy. Yeah, true story. So guys, before we get into the big news topics of the day, I want to lean back into Sora too, because I really want to implore my two co-hosts. I'm just telling them right now about the opportunity. But Johnny, your face, and Marty, your face are your brand, your personal brand. And right now, because it's so early on that platform, get your face out there and give humans the ability to use your face. So John, how Sora works is you create a picture of yourself and then I can make videos in your head, and they call it a cameo.
Dude,
but the point is the more that your head is out there and the more people are using your head, because a lot of people don't want to use their own head. So you're like, hey, use mine. So I started making videos yesterday saying, hey, use my head, and letting my head be used, because my head is our show, right? My head is our personal brand. So I'm like, fuck, use my head. Just use my head as much as you want to use my head.
Dude, my fucking head gets used all the time on Facebook and fucking and Instagram. Literally, we just had to, just recently, we had to to do a bunch of reporting because some fucking guy took one of my peptide videos.
Oh, no.
He ripped it down.
Oh.
And then he was running a fucking advertisement with a little thing at the bottom saying, WhatsApp to order.
Shut up with your head.
Well, it was my whole fucking body, my video. They don't give a shit about my head. They care about my fucking, the way I look,
Anybody listening to this, we're talking about head. No, we're talking about using the head, not giving, using, Marty.
Well, check this out, dude. On this level, remember I told you we talked about some of the stuff I'm doing with, kind of stepping left of social media, right?
Yes.
So I was talking.
Good choice of words, Anderson. You're dancing left of social.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm talking to the guy who's in charge of that, and he basically starts telling me all this stuff. And I think he's doing what you're talking about.
Yes.
He's like, all we need to do is get you to do. He's talking about it. Kind of what he was describing as what you had me take all those fucking pictures because I'm going to send you this thing. You're going to do this and
exactly,
and then we're going to be able to basically create all sorts of stuff. So you're not going to have to film 100 hours of video.
Bingo. Well, John, all of our thumbnails now, ever since you took those pictures from me, and I'm oh, by the way, right, I was waiting for Johnny. Oh, Marty. Yeah, I was waiting for those pictures of Marty. That's right. Yes, that's right. I was waiting for but ever since I got those images of Johnny, all of our thumbs, I make them with Higgsfield. I put and Gemini. I haven't had a picture taken of me in months or of you. I just reuse those same ones over and over and over. But the power of that, and Marty, man, I'm telling you, man, get people to use your head. John Petrocelli. Yes, I can't say this show isn't about honesty. No, this show is about very much honesty. Yes, except for Marty sometimes. Marty likes to hold it in for that because he's a youngster protecting himself.
Not that this is going to make much of a difference in this whole thing with what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, there are so many people on social media
who
stay in shape only because they have to fucking put themselves out of there.
Yes.
You know how many fucking people are going to get fat and out of shape because they just need to get in shape once?
Well, hey, don't tell anybody my secret, Johnny. I've aged since I've taken my pictures, but my pictures haven't aged.
Well, I'm going to say you did look a little husky in that dancing video.
Wait a minute.
He did look a little husky. He needs some peptides.
Yeah, I need some peptides. Hey, Sterling and Preston, I know there's some crazy shit on the table for us to talk about today. I think we should head into the Molten's conversation desk and see what Sterling and Preston have cooking for us. Guys, there's one thing I know we got. Scientists, John, we talk cells and embryos and crazy shit on this show. Well, scientists create human embryos from skin cells. Sterling and Preston, what are we talking about today, boys?
1% of men never have sex. We'll dig into that this morning.
Oh, I feel genuinely sorry for them.
Big transformations do not mean much if they do not last.
Like not having sex. We'll talk systems that make change stick for good. Hitting a plateau is not failure, it is feedback.
We're going to show you how to turn that stall into a real breakthrough.
There is nothing more passive-aggressive than starting your email with, "per my last email."
True that, Preston, but there is a way to send smarter emails.
Sometimes one decision changes the whole trajectory of your growth.
We will share the single best purchase that delivered real impact.
We have powerful topics lined up for this morning. Yeah. Keith, back to you guys in the studio.
Boys, I'm loving the work you guys are doing all the time. Johnny?
Hey, real quick,
Yeah.
I just want to give you some fucking props. I don't know if you did this. I don't know who I need to give the props to because there's so much AI shit going on here. But the little music, the segue,
Yeah.
the little dun dun dun. I dig that. That's good because when it's really fucking important when people hear something they like, they're drawn to that.
You're bang on, brother. Yeah, and it's repetitive. I'll tell you something else.
As soon as that thing hit the first time, I was like, whoa, he's got some new shit on here.
Yeah.
Now I know it's coming. I'm fucking ready.
Thanks, Johnny. Yeah, me too, actually. I know I'm loving it too. Well, props to Melissa. I'll share a little bit of Keith Billis' leadership right now. When we launched Sterling and Preston and we hired them and invited them to the lab, I essentially said, hey, Melissa, take these boys on and lead them and bring them and help them become a massive part of our show. And then I stepped away, Johnny. So everything you're seeing right now with Sterling and Preston and the music, that's all Jimmy and Melissa bringing all that to life. And I think they're doing a fantastic job, actually, doing a really good job. And actually, you might have heard in the opener, but they've requested a puppy, John. Sterling and Preston want a puppy. So I think the show is getting a puppy.
Hold on. And I have no issues when I say this word.
Yes.
But are they gay? Because it sounds like they might be gay.
No, they're not gay. No, they're not gay. No.
Well, you don't hear of two males wanting a puppy together very often. Mark, back me up here, babe.
This is true, actually.
Mark, come on, babe. Get on the horse with
got
me.
a great point,
This is a little fucking odd, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
I mean, it's one thing to say, Preston wants a puppy. No,
actually, it's actually
when both of them want a fucking puppy. Okay, who's the fucking pitcher? Who's the catcher? Be honest.
You raise a valid point. So everything I just said about Melissa, John, just throw it under the fucking bus now. Like, Melissa, what
Jesus
the hell,
Christ.
man? It's more like it's more like Sterling wants a fucking dog. I want a dog.
Thank you. Well, and the thing about it, the reason this is what tipped their fucking hat, because normally you can see the pitcher and the catcher in the relationship. These motherfuckers, they look straight as an arrow till they ask for a fucking puppy to own together.
Oh my God, it's so funny. I'll tell you what.
Is the puppy delivering news too?
Well, maybe the puppy's delivering news too. Too funny. I'll tell you what's not funny. Pretty big news, John. You spent a lot of time studying the human body. You talk about cells often on the show. You spend a lot of time. You are a human experiment here on the show. Well, I found some breaking news yesterday, which I thought was actually pretty interesting. Hey, Sterling Preston, talk to us a little bit about what the scientists are creating.
Scientists at Oregon Health and Science University have reached a breakthrough in reproductive medicine.
For the first time, they created human embryos from ordinary skin cells. The process is called mitomeiosis. It transforms the nucleus of a skin cell into a functional egg. Those eggs were fertilized with sperm, producing early-stage embryos. The lead researcher said, "We accomplished something that was thought to be impossible." He called it a third path of cell division that nature never gave us.
A breakthrough like this raises as many questions as it answers.
Yeah. Keith, John, Marty, thoughts?
His initial thoughts: skin cells creating humans. Like, it's one thing to talk stem cells, boys, but now skin cells? That's correct. That's just out of this world kind of crazy shit, John Anderson.
Say that one more time.
So obviously we know stem cells, have been used for these types of things in the past, but to use skin cells, right, to create a human embryo is significant for humanity, frankly.
Well, it's crazy about our skin is the cells. The shit regenerates. It's like it's almost like we're a snake every 7 years.
Yes. So I thought
think about that. We're walking around and this fucking shit's just falling off us.
It's just falling off, eh? Just falling off. Speaking of what's falling off, there's a lawmaker just lives next to Marty. Lives in Ohio. He'd like to ban marrying AI. Like actually,
do what?
He wants to put a law in place so that nobody can marry an AI.
Marry,
as in marry like an AI personhood, like an eventual machine type AI. There's a lawmaker. I'm gonna leave the party aside, who's put a bill on the table, which is saying that we need to put laws in place because this tech is moving so fast, John Anderson, that when your daughter comes home and says, I've met this fellow, he's artificial, I'd like to marry him, there's going to be laws against it. Dumb shit of work.
When it used to be, when a woman said, I met this fellow that was artificial, she was just talking about a fucking dildo, for Christ's sake. Now we got the whole package.
The whole package, yes. Marty, you're gonna go find yourself an AI female to marry?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like in Canada, but it's getting ridiculous in America, man.
Oh yeah.
I think they do need to put a stop to some of this stuff. A kid, and no funny, not being funny. Recently a kid, unalived himself because he had relationship issues with the AI.
Hold on, what happened, Marty?
Unalived. So good choice of words, actually, Marty. Yeah.
Yeah, the kid he unalived himself. He had relationship issues with his AI girlfriend, the chatbot.
Yep.
But what did he do? I missed it. He did what? I know he had a relationship, but what he did what to himself?
He took his life.
Oh fuck! You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Marty's absolutely right. It's funny, Marty, because I had the news story on the table here.
Real quick, let's hold on that 1 second. Here's the question, though. It's terrible that happened, but as an individual like this, he's going to off himself on something. You know what I mean? It's so like that level of a character. If he's getting hooked up on what else? If this didn't happen, what was going to get him?
Well,
just a question. What do you think?
I don't know. Maybe if he was, having a relationship with issues with an actual person, maybe he would have talked to someone. Maybe he's more likely to talk to someone. He's probably not going to go up to someone like, "Yeah, I'm having trouble with my AI robot girlfriend," So
but you 100%. But let's even think outside of relationships. Someone's that out of touch, they fucking off themselves because they get in a fucking fight with the fucking AI robot. What other fucking warped perspectives does he have that's going to make him off himself from something else? Just a question. I'm not saying I'm right. Just posing a question. It's like we got to start to look at the character of people that are doing this shit. Like, well,
I think what you're talking about, Anderson. So I'm with Marty, and I have nothing but empathy for the situation. I
totally agree. I'm not trying to take anything away.
I know, but I know you do, John, and I want to back you up with what I'm going to say next. What you're referring to, Anderson, is very similar to what many of us on this show grew up with, which was the world, John. Oh, somebody's blaming Ozzy now because some kid killed himself. Oh, some people's blaming Judas Priest because
at what point do we start taking accountability for ourselves?
Yeah, and I don't want to diminish. Please, and I know everybody listening right now knows where I'm coming from. This is not diminishing the harm. What is sad though is that society always looks to blame, and then there's the target, there's the blame. Now we're going to blame, right? So because ChatGPT and OpenAI seems to be an easy target, But John, I think John is correct that human probably had some challenges, and all that this did was exacerbate those challenges, and then the light gets shined, and then tragedy happens, and then we as humans, we know, Marty, we talk about labels. We want to label and we want to blame so that we can close the book. It's like, we have blame, okay, we can close the book now, John.
And where the fuck are this kid's parents?
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, for me as a parent, if my kid or any of my kids had some sort of a perspective, a movement, an action like this, I'm looking fucking straight at myself. What the 100%. Fuck did I do wrong? What I'm missing the fucking boat here. Jesus Christ, do your job, motherfucker.
Marty, it was not, sorry, Marty, cut you off. It was not uncommon when John and I grew up, when you turn the news on, Marty, and there'd be weekly somebody in government, whether my country or your country, would be bitching about some artist releasing music that was going to poison some kid's brain. It was incredible, Marty, for the longest time. And Brandon, I see your comments there. You guys know Brandon, B-Drive, Claude. You guys all know what I'm talking about. It was nonstop for the longest time.
And all it did was sell more records and made the problem worse.
Yeah. I will. Let me spin this to something positive. Marty, you may not be aware of this. Maybe you are. So ChatGPT, OpenAI has been talking about, because of what you put on the table, Marty, and there's been a few instances, they're actually talking about creating a network of humans, true story, where if you're having a conversation with GPT, which is leading you down a path of needing some mental support, they're actually going to connect you with a human. They're talking about that, which is, so Marty's talking. The GPT is like, I'm getting a sense that this young man is troubled. And then what they're going to do is actually connect you to a real life human to help you maybe move you through your journey. So that opens up a whole other set of creepiness, actually, because now that I'm thinking that I'm talking to some GPT, some software that now it's going to send me to a human, I'm like, wait a minute, I thought it was so. But I'm getting at? Too. It is, isn't it, Marty? Because it's like, wait a minute, you're paying attention to what I'm saying. Now you're going to put me over to a human. So it's the new world we're living in, right?
Well, there's got to be some
crazy.
Yeah, I was going to say there's got to be some type of regulation because. I know people go in there and they'll list the 5 guys they're talking to or the 5 girls they're talking to and say, yeah, which one should I cut off or, how should I handle this?
Yes.
And I don't even think it needs to get to a human point. It could just be like, hey, I'm not answering that, or I can't help you with that.
Yes. Yeah. B-Drive. So AI doesn't have senses though, does it? Don't disregard what is coming. There's, put it this way, everything can be digitized. I know it's hard for us to wrap our heads around that. Smell can be digitized, sound can be digitized. Everything we live in, as John and I talk about, is a simulation, right? Oh, is he saying simulation? Yeah, we're all living in zeros and ones. Speaking of simulation, there's nobody simulating what happened in Wisconsin when a man spiked a coworker's drink with Gorilla Glue in a bizarre workplace attack.
You said Gorilla Glue.
Yes, not just
How the fuck did he not taste that?
not just regular like white glue. I told the story on the show a couple weeks ago, John Marty. I went to school with a guy named Jody. I love Jody. Jody was shaking, brother. And he would drink glue in class, the white LePage's glue. He just suck it all down. I'm like, what are you doing, man? He's like, I like the glue. Anyways, yes, I know, Anderson.
Fucking rank, dude.
Yeah. But this guy here in Wisconsin, yes, I know, Brandon, what the fuck? Security footage reportedly shows an employee spiking a coworker's drink with industrial adhesive. And then he was arrested, felony charges. The victim did not ingest the drink.
How could he?
Yeah.
Fuck, it's like putting gasoline in a drink. How you would smell that shit walking up to it.
You got a problem in your culture. If there's somebody walking in the back putting fucking Gorilla Glue in somebody's, Marty, could you imagine being at your gym and you're like, what the fuck are you doing, man, putting Gorilla Glue in some guy's drink?
Yeah,
Dude, remember that fucking 60-minute show where they had like hidden cameras in the Taco Bell?
Yes.
And people are fucking jerking off and taking dumps in the bean burritos? Dude.
I do remember that.
Dude, I've
never heard of this.
Dude, but I was in a phase of doing dumb shit. Fucking, 4 o'clock in the morning, me and some fucking drunk buddies are driving through a fucking drive-through, and the guy once he hands you the fucking bag, you don't say it ahead of time. You say, hey, you weren't fucking pumping and sweating on my food, were you?
Marty.
Nasty.
Marty.
What year was this, John? what year were you doing dumb shit, John?
What year?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. That's a good question. It was, it would have been kind of the mid 90s. There was just about a little less than a 2-year period. Thank God.
Brandon Jensen, reason 677 why I don't eat fast food. Yeah, Marty, that's the real reason John Anderson doesn't eat all the processed shit, because he knows what happens.
I think that's going to be in the fucking top 5 reasons for me.
Yo, I just trained my 12-year-old, and she basically told me that a lot of her peers, the parents just get the kids McDonald's for breakfast and dinner, and they eat school.
Unbelievable, dude. Isn't it crazy?
Fucking crazy.
Oh my God. You know what's crazy? And I teased this at the beginning here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but just because I'm a boy, I'm a man, and this stuff fascinates me. So your country has decided to order a massive increase of missile production, John Anderson, because they just figured we just need a more stockpile. And I joke about this because
that's fucking perfect, because every one of those missiles takes a massive amount of silver.
Yes.
And I got a bunch of that.
Well, you know what I was thinking yesterday, boys? I got a philosophy with everybody here. I think the last few meetings that were had between the world leaders was all about collusion. Was all about, hey, let's pretend we're going to go to war so that we can all make military equipment so we can boost all of everybody's economies. So I'm going to threaten you. You're going to threaten me. I'll go make a bunch of missiles. I'll go make a bunch of drones. We'll get the fucking machine going and we'll boost the economies everywhere. There you go, John Anderson. There's my
politics is remember Jesse Ventura?
Yeah. Do I ever remember?
He was a fucking wrestler. Then he went into politics.
Jesse the Body Ventura, Marty.
Yeah. When he retired from fucking politics, he came very, very open and said, look,
yes,
but the general public doesn't understand. Politics is just like fucking wrestling. When the lights are on and the cameras, and that little red light's fucking blinking, we're fighting, we're making a show. When the fucking behind the curtain, we're fucking having dinner at the same fucking fancy restaurants.
You know what?
If you go to some bars in DC, like around the Capitol and the White House, you'll see some Republican and Democrat reps taking shots together.
Still hanging out.
They're not supposed to be friends.
It's theater, man. It's
but hold on, but why are they not supposed to be friends?
Well, that's
well to the public, alleged,
It's all
Quote, unquote.
kayfabe. It's all kayfabe, Marty. It's all kayfabe. It's all. I'll tell you what's not kayfabe, boys. Men, ears up. There's about 1% of adults / men never have sex.
Kayfabe. No, I'm playing.
No, that's not kayfabe, actually. No, it's not actually kayfabe. There's up to 17% of men, Johnny. 17%. Genetics explain that there's about 70% of men that don't really have sex and they're not interested in it.
Well, dude, if you can't get it up, why would you be interested?
Well, perhaps there's something to be said.
What if the most important battles are the ones fought in silence? The ones no one else can see? It's the quiet loneliness in a crowded room. The feeling of being disconnected even when you're surrounded by people. It's a convergence of subtle genetic predispositions and powerful environmental pressures. And that same science offers a way out, not through grand gestures, but through the steady rhythm of routine, the clarity of purpose, and the power of physical and mental resilience. Your breakthrough is waiting. It's time to start the work.
Anderson, you're right. Much of it has to do with lifestyle and how they feel and their abilities to not actually have sex. So it's like,
I mean, if you can't fucking get if you don't have a piece of wood, you know, what are you going to do?
That's it. That's exactly it. So, you know, it's encouraging men to lean into the things we know about, right? Strength, sleep support, get that testosterone rolling, get your cardio going, go for a walk, get to resistance training, which might help you move to the 99% of us that do like to have sex. But I thought this was quite fascinating. The fact that there's still men that never have no interest in, or just can't even get there. So, hey, Brandon, you got some questions? Yeah, throw one on the table, brother.
And it's getting worse, dude. That percentage is growing.
Yes. Well, it's not getting any easier. McDonald's announced yesterday, so their sales have been down. So you know what they're doing instead? Opening up 50,000 new McDonald's restaurants in North America in the next 3 years.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So Marty, you got 3 more years of great content to bitch about all the people that are going through the making the drive-through jokes you can. But 50,000 more they're opening up because it was as simple as, so like, if people aren't coming to our restaurants, we're going to make more of them so we can be on more corners. And actually, a true story, one guy, and actually, John, I talked about him here, Carter's girlfriend's dad has been approved to get one. So on a business side, pretty awesome, man. So it doesn't meet my values, I know, but I'm pretty awesome for the guy who's going to get a chance to be a part of that. But yeah, 50,
I mean, it makes fucking sense, dude. You know, if you need more business, it's like a gas station. You know, fucking put them on more corners. Make them more visible.
That's exactly it. All right, Jimmy, let's do this. Let's do a reset here. John, you want to take a quick little break here? Let's do a reset here.
Yes.
On Mornings Live with Keith, John, and friends. We're going to do a reset. We're going to do it, and we're going to come back and get into our center stage transformations at